Digital storytelling is the practice of using computer-based tools to tell stories. A digital story combines text and images with narration in the student's own voice to form a short digital movie. Digital stories can vary in length, but most of the stories used in education typically last between 2 and 10 minutes. The topics that are used in digital storytelling range from personal tales to the recounting of historical events, from exploring life in one's own community to the search for life in other corners of the universe, and everything in between. Having recently started at a new school teaching in the computer lab, I observed the main focus for the students has been games and keyboarding skills, and I saw a need to bring in more content and pedagogy to the lab activities. Since the students are used to dealing with an interactive environment, the use of digital storytelling is a good framework for bringing in content and standards in language arts. Using podcasts and screencast tools to create and narrate stories around different themes will help students connect with the material and provide opportunities for critical thinking and reflection, which is a key factor in gaining new knowledge and understanding. It will also build community as students engage with each other and provide ways for me to learn more about their backgrounds and interests. Because digital storytelling usually contains a mixture of text, images, and audio, the nature of writing changes to incorporate these elements. For students, multimedia might assist their writing by providing visual cues to support details in their stories. Adding the essential elements of digital storytelling to their instruction can provide more structure to their writing and help them express their thoughts and ideas. I chose 3 tools to implement digital storytelling: Storybird, Voki, and VoiceThread. Beginning with easy-to-use programs to create stories begins the process towards using digital tools and supports pedagogy that will engage students in this process. Students will understand how to use the tools to create stories by direct instruction of the interface. Using Storybird as a digital storytelling tool provides flexibility in creative thinking. I use direct instruction to get the students logged in and show them the palette, and then switch to indirect instruction so that they can interact with the visual content to start writing. Most of the students dived right in, which allows me time to help students who are struggling with a storyline. After they are done writing, the editing process is where more direct instruction is given on what standards need to be met in order to publish. With a looser time limit for writing, this allows me to work individually with students to edit their final drafts. After students publish their work, we review all published stories as a class to share and post comments to provide positive feedback. This allows students to share and support each other in their creative efforts. The TPAC intersection for Storybird is using a technology tool which allows students to contribute work that addresses content standards and literacy, while using pedagogy which involves both direct and indirect instruction. Voki is the second tool used to engage students in digital storytelling. Using this tool, 4th grade students express opinions about social media. Following the digital storytelling guidelines, which allows for flexibility in topic, students express their opinion on what social media is and whether Facebook is good or bad. They are given a list of questions as a prompt to write their paragraph. Following the 7 essential guidelines of digital storytelling, students express a point of view and write their opinion paragraph in a Word document. They are then instructed to create a Voki which looks like them, a self-portrait, and import their paragraphs where they chose from a menu of computer-generated voices. They are able to add creativity in choosing their outfit and background, and most of the fun was seeing how the students represent themselves as young adults. Here is one of the Vokies.
Hi, my name is Tim. I think social media is like Facebook and other social websites. It's not bad, but you need to be careful sharing personal information. I want to have a Facebook account when I get older, but I will be very careful about how much stuff I share with others. Thanks for listening.
Approved Vokies are shared in an enthusiastic computer lab session, and a poll was started on whether students thought social media was good or bad. These Vokies are then posted to a wiki to be shared with the school community. This project really seemed to blend the use of technology, specific content standards, and interactive pedagogy, and really engaged the students. The final digital storytelling project involves VoiceThread. Third grade students explore hero traits and characteristics and then respond to prompts by creating a sentence and picture using TextPaint. These pictures were then imported into VoiceThread. Because VoiceThread has an audio interface, the narrative can either be scripted or spontaneous depending on the project. For this project, third graders write a script that addresses several of the essential elements of digital storytelling, including point of view and asking and answering a dramatic question. They then record their script into VoiceThread to create a digital storytelling montage around a specific theme. Narration also addresses the remaining elements of personalizing the story with voice and pacing. Here is an example of a prompt used to familiarize students to VoiceThread and provide direction on what their project will look like.
I am a hero. I showed courage when I rode on Goliath, one of the world's biggest roller coasters. My brother is my hero.
VoiceThread is another tool that supports digital storytelling and provides variety in instruction. It requires a high level of pedagogy in pulling the different parts of the project together while keeping students on task, but is worth the effort. Digital storytelling supports TPAC in its ability to create an interactive environment where students engage with technology while learning and sharing literacy skills. Its structure of 7 essential elements provides a pedagogy and structure to the process that leads to a desired outcome and assessment capabilities. Sharing opinions and stories provides students a way to personalize their work and learn about each other. The technology element provides a way to share these stories with the school community and create a virtual library of stories that, like a scrapbook, can be viewed and shared through the years. Some lessons learned in this process is providing flexibility in the structure to allow for time limitations and access to resources. Also, scaffolding needs to be available for students who struggle with literacy or thinking creatively. There is a lot of work to be done after the students are done writing and recording, and transferring and managing the virtual piece takes planning. What is the best and most efficient way to execute this project is a question that should be considered for each project. Also, getting acceptable use policies signed by parents should be done prior to starting in order to determine what students can have materials and photos viewed online. Finally, determining the amount of access to student work should be considered, and levels of privacy in sharing student work with the community. With these factors taken into consideration, digital storytelling can be an enriching experience both for the students and the community, and provide teachers a new way to teach literacy skills.